early days. Fifth also potential on offer for Gimcheon if they were to win. Just 1 point better off than Incheon as things stand. And taking a look at the team news, well, Incheon manager Yoon Jong-hwan stays with the winning team, naming the same starting 11 after their victory at Anyang. And that victory looks all the more impressive considering Anyang were perhaps unlucky to only draw with Seoul in the end in the early kickoff this afternoon. Stefan Mugosa up front for Incheon. Over to Gimcheon, who make 2 changes to the 11 that started their goalless draw at Ulsan before the break. Kim Hyun-woo returns in place of Kim Min-kyu at the back. On the left comes in Kim In-kyun with Hong Yun-sang dropping to the bench. Not many goals in this Gimcheon side. They had 4 1-1 draws. And so we're underway. Incheon in their home strip of the blue and black stripes. None of the starting 11 for Gimcheon. Oh, so we see Egon get ahead and almost get a look at it goal. Just going to say that none of their starting 11. You can hear a pin drop. And Mugosa! And it's gone in! Now, let's just double check that no one's offside, but that looked like a real defensive lapse from Gimcheon. Seemed to come out of nothing. Mugosa just stretching out a leg and lifting it over the keeper. And now Mugosa's done it. 4 games in a row on the score sheet. Kick out is a bit short. And then Gimcheon just guilty of standing around while Incheon passed through them. And Mugosa outstretched, lifting it over the keeper. At first glance, I wasn't sure how much he knew about it, but he's certainly directing it. He knows exactly what he's doing. Well, that bodes really well for Incheon. They've managed to take the lead without really opening up. And a flick on at the near post turned into an attempt, went off target. Played back into the path of Park Tae-jun, who holds possession, and it's in the net. Gimcheon on level terms. Kim Il-suk. And it was all about Park Tae-jun in the build-up. It's going to be ruled out for offside. I think that could be ruled off for offside, I'm afraid to say, Gimcheon. Park Tae-jun was running back onto an onside position, but when the ball was played, he looked suspiciously offside to me. And you can hear the noise from the home fans reacting. Kim Il-suk is calling the referee for an explanation. I don't think he's aware that Park Tae-jun was offside, so no wonder he's confused, but this was definitely offside here, look, when the ball's played. You can see from the lines of the pitch, you don't need a... And has had stops in Poland and Thailand on the way to Korea. He's actually still... Technically, Mugosa's gone down, free kick Incheon. And Incheon, so not sure whether he will end up going back to Thailand to ply his trade or not, but his status at Incheon is temporary. Just a little touch. Mugosa veteran who knows how to make the most of those. He's calling for a yellow card. Oh, there's going to be a review, and Gimcheon's manager, Chu Sung-jin, is not happy. Oh, there's the follow-up. That's what it's all about. Something we're now just seeing on the...
최종 판정은 원심 유지입니다.
And the muted celebration, just the whole thing's a bit confusing. They took a long time. As Mugosa takes the worst possible option from that range, he's calling for a handball. That's going to take some asking because it's very short range. And they're reviewing this as well, but now play on. And Mugosa racing away. Mugosa in a golden position. Rounds the keeper and fails to convert. Well, for a player with 5 goals to his name this season, leading the scoring chart, that he's just simply got to score with that chance, Mugosa. Baek Jong-bum does all he can to narrow the angle and just about stays mobile enough to get across. Incheon's cross from the corner. And a penalty has been awarded. I was going to say, Mugosa's last attempt there was arguably easier than a penalty. And the penalty review earlier was overturned. Key decisions have been going Incheon's way today. Maybe not the last penalty review, but Gimcheon with the offside to disallow their goal, and just a few moments here and there just falling Incheon's way. Kim Hee-seok holding Im Young-ju, who does go down a little bit too easily, cancels a penalty.
선수를 홀딩하였으므로 최종 판정은 페널티킥 원심 유지입니다.
Penalty nonetheless. Mugosa. Can he redeem himself after the miss before? Yes, he can! That is emphatic. Kim Hee-seok thought he'd scored a goal for Gimcheon to equalise. That was ruled out, and he's conceded a penalty. Have never conceded more than once in a game this year. It's going to have to be a high-scoring draw if they are going to win a point again. So Jamin running backwards, the half-time whistle blows. Incheon, I don't know how much of their potential we've seen today. Gimcheon travelling in white, and the second half is underway. It's better. Been at least testing the gloves of Kim Dong-hun. Mugosa menacingly in the middle. It's going to come out to Lee Chung-yong, and Lee Chung-yong fires it over, but that's his sort of territory and his sort of chance. Disallowed trying some acrobatics. Now the ball into Mugosa! Just wide. That's a dangerous free kick, really difficult to deal with. Mugosa the quickest to react. Isubin plays it through nicely to Park Choru, and then the ball around the back and into the net. Go Jae-hyun, but the whistle has blown. I don't think it's a whistle of discontent where Gimcheon are concerned. Just as Incheon were finally getting their act together in terms of regular attacks and putting some pressure on, Gimcheon with something of a sucker punch up the other end. And it's a good ball in from Park Choru. Go Jae-hyun positioning himself to clean up at the far post. And maybe they have it in them to secure it. Just wonder if there's a way back in here for Gimcheon. Here they go, maybe with Egon Hee. And then fired wide of the post by Yoon Jae-suk.
Opening up the space.
Oh, Song getting forward increasingly in the second half. Did he leave himself just a little bit too much to do? Defending nonetheless. Mugosa! Another chance goes begging. Conceivably making a hat-trick and goal number 7 for the season. Isubin almost caught in possession, and is caught in possession. Jeso has Mugosa as a target. Not really a particularly moving target though. And off the post and hit wide by Incheon. That's a bad miss and a let-off for Gimcheon. If Incheon fail to win this game, Jeso off the post. That wasn't an easy chance. He's done very well to carve it out. Incheon has to put away the follow-up. The flags block our view of that replay. Take a look. Comes at him with a little bit of speed, but still a player of his quality should carefully watched. Jeso turning well. Has Morgan Ferrier to aim at. Kim Tae-wan with a touch. And suddenly, Gimcheon gift another opening to Incheon, and Jung Chi-in just can't do anything with it. Gimcheon with the game stretched, go up the other end. They got their only goal so far, shortly after an Incheon attack. That might be one of their better chances, although calm defending, calm keeping again. It's a nice through ball from Isubin. And suddenly, Kim Dong-hun called into action with Hong Yoon-sung getting on the end of the cross. Jae-suk it was who delivered the ball in. Oh, it's just in the middle. Ferrier out left and brought down Kim Kyun-woo. Ferrier running through the middle. Two Incheon players hitting each other. Jung Chi-in knocking Vito to the ground. And there's a penalty shout, maybe, I don't know. Not taken seriously at the moment. Everyone looking at the referee for direction at this point. Jung Jae-min, the substitute who went down in the box. So Bito's got a handful of shirt, and well, we saw a penalty given. And the whistle blows. Gimcheon, not enough. Time ran out. It was at times a spirited fight back that was on the cards, but the changes they made, the intensity they showed in the second half was not enough to overcome Incheon, who took a 2-0 lead before they created some of their best chances in the second half.